I know that in the very beginning, I think maybe 2, 3 years back, I was extremely honest with my audience. I was talking about everything that was happening with me, whether it was good or bad, any kind of anxiety that I had, any kind of, therapy that I was taking, what I was taking about. I talk a lot more about those kind of things. Sadly, in the last few months or the last year, I would say I have taken a step back from that. I have realized that maybe 100% honesty is not the way to go.
Hello and welcome to Sisterhood with me, Shaili Chopra. The spotlight today is on how women can put themselves first when it comes to health. And speaking with me is creator Dolly Singh, who's trying to break those stereotypes why women don't prioritize their needs, particularly health needs. Asking for help is one of the core reasons why we have not been able to embrace ourselves and solve for the health issue. We're scared. We don't want to ask. How has therapy helped you, Dolly?
My major concern was, I was finding before the pandemic, there were a few instances where I was meeting people and they seemed a little disappointed, or just taken aback a little bit because you see me on the internet working and making these comedy sketches and funny skits, and you expect that person to be the same in real life, but I am very different in person. And for some people that either became like, oh, they would ask me like, are you upset, are you okay, you're not the same person, or you could see some level of disappointment in their eyes. And for me, initially that got to me because I felt like people don't want to see me, people do not like the real me. So I stopped going to places, I stopped meeting people because it was triggering all sorts of bad memories or anything. And that's when I started taking therapy. That I find this very weird, and I was very torn between like, am I funny or who am I? Like, which personality is true? And now, of course, I know that everything is true, and I'm performing. It's nothing like that. But at that point, I was very low. I felt very low about it, and I felt very sad about it, obviously, because I was like, oh my god, people get disappointed when they meet me in real life, so yeah, that's why I started taking therapy, and I feel like definitely, and therapy has definitely changed my life and the way I look at things and the way I safeguard myself and my thoughts. And of course, there's still like good and bad days, but now I know how to get out of those bad days much sooner. And I have those tricks and tips that I've learned from my therapist that help me. So anyone who's either going through something or not, like literally, I feel like therapy is also something that you can just take when you want to talk about some things. It doesn't have to be that you've been crying for months and you want to take that leap. It can even be sometimes that you find yourself lost and confused about things and you just need someone to talk to.
One of the biggest issues I realize that have been central to digital creators has been about trolling. What does this do to your health?
They have nothing else going on in their lives. They literally they find you to be the source of entertainment in their lives, and what they want to do is misuse that and just write whatever they want to write and use that anonymity to their benefit, and come out and say whatever the hell they want to say to you. And at the end of the day, you have to realize that they really do not mean anything to you, and probably so do you. I mean, in fact, I feel like you mean more to them because they are trying to get something out of it. They're trying to have fun with it, and they're trying to make some rude comment and laugh about it. But you should not give a single because you really do not know them. You really couldn't care less. If it was a friend or family, you still like would care and think about it a little and maybe shed some tears. But this person, random person on the internet who literally has no existence, and a faceless DP, makes no sense. So that's what I tell myself all the time now.
Now to the question that we all are scrambling with. To be authentic or not be authentic on social media? Where are you on this?
I'll tell you, it's very easy to not be authentic. It's very easy to play a character on the internet because nobody knows. I mean, how will I tell whether you're being real or not? Like, I know there's filters and there's makeup and there's clothes and all of that. But at the end of the day, if this is up, I'm like, you know what? I dress like this every day. This is who I am, and this is it. Take it or leave it. And people will take it. They will be like, yeah, okay, she's this way. It's fine. I know somewhere in my heart that this is not who I am. It's a very personal decision to take, I feel. I know that in the very beginning, I think maybe 2, 3 years back, I was extremely honest with my audience. I was talking about everything that was happening with me, whether it was good or bad, any kind of anxiety that I had, any kind of, therapy that I was taking, what I was taking about. I talk a lot more about those kind of things. Sadly, in the last few months or the last year, I would say I have taken a step back from that. I have realized that maybe 100% honesty is not the way to go, because I was getting just as much of trolling and bad comments, which were triggering a lot more in me than they should have. Instead of me feeling like, oh, I'm sharing and this means that people get to learn with me and support me, it became a little difficult because people were using it against me. So it has happened with a lot of people I know who make content. So I think what my strategy is to keep it honest till the time I can also take it. But yeah, there's somewhere I've drawn a line now. I won't give you 100% because also, I want to have some private moments in my life, something that I keep only for my friends and family and my close circle. But at the same time, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I don't want to lie because my audience is so important to me. I've always said that they're always like a family, and I will be nothing without them. Today, any influencer who's is working because they have a certain following. And if they don't have that following, it makes zero sense. Like, how are you going to live? So for that, I really am very grateful for my audience, and I really try to still be honest with them and tell them. Sometimes I try to get out of that phase myself first, privately, and then talk about it. So that's the only difference I think I've made. A little bit, cut down, maybe like 70%. But yeah, I don't think I can be fake completely. Like, I don't think I can be somebody else totally and still enjoy it. But that's a personal, like a conscience thing, because I just can't live with that.
Thanks very much. Stay with us here on our YouTube channel as I talk about health and women's issues, bringing you the sisterhood economy. Stay with us and remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel.